Your Majesty, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Thank you, Ellen.
President Obama is now the third U.S. president that you have worked with. You spent time with him this week and even during the campaign. Tell me your impressions here as he comes upon 100 days in office.
Well, from I think day one that I met him, a very impressive man, a lot of depth, a lot of, I think, instinctive understanding of the challenges that the world faces. And obviously I'm here in Washington to talk about relaunching negotiations between Israelis and Palestinians and Israelis and Arabs. And we had a meeting of the minds, very fruitful discussions, and I think he has a clear understanding of what the challenges are.
How do you compare him to the president you worked the most with, and that's President Bush?
Well, I think, again, President Bush had the instinctive understanding that we have to solve the core issue of the Middle East, which is the Israeli-Palestinian ones. We're here relaunching an initiative that allows Arabs to reach out to Israel if we can move on the two-state solution, which is critical for stability and peace for
But is
region.
it fair to say that at the end of President Bush's term in office, you grew more impatient with him and his team and his approach?
I think he was dedicated to moving the process forward. I think I was getting frustrated with the team that didn't have the sense of urgency. But a lot has changed in the world, the economic crisis for one recently, that if we don't sort of get a win somewhere, 2009, 2010 is going to be very difficult.
Speaking about President Bush, last December, he spoke about the frustration along the path of his presidency, but also the state of the Middle East as he saw it. This is what he said.
Despite these frustrations and disappointments, the Middle East in 2008 is a freer, more hopeful, and more promising place than it was in 2001.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, but nowhere near what we need as the end game. I mean, it's all relative at the end of the day. Until you solve the problem, you're going to get an up and down on how free or stable it is, but we still haven't solved the core issue. So you can't say that the future for the Middle East is any brighter. Unless we solve the core issue of the Israeli-Palestinian, Israeli-Arab challenges, then we will always be an area of instability that costs all of us.
But it's interesting that you raise that point as that being the core problem. You ask most Americans, and certainly the government, the core problem out of the Middle East right now is terrorism, is al-Qaeda. And President Obama spoke about that very issue and seemed to be speaking to voices like yours when he was recently in France. Listen to that.
Al-Qaeda is still bent on carrying out terrorist activity. It is, don't fool yourselves, because some people say, well, if we changed our policies with respect to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, or if we were more respectful towards the Muslim world, suddenly these organizations would stop threatening us. That's just not the case.
He seems to be contradicting you a bit.
Not at all. What he's trying to say and what I'm trying to say is the challenge that we have in front of an American public is connecting the dots. Any crisis that you want to talk about, whether it's al-Qaeda, Iraq, Syria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all comes back to the sore, the emotional issue that is Palestine and Jerusalem. Any conflict that you pick in the Middle East today, all roads lead back to Jerusalem is probably a better way of explaining it. So until you deal with the Palestinian issue, it is more difficult to deal with al-Qaeda, whether it's Pakistan, all these other problems that you're facing.
But doesn't that suggest, and he seems to be suggesting that that's not the case, that if you just solve this problem, that somehow al-Qaeda goes away? Isn't that fantasy?
But what is al-Qaeda's platform is the plight of the Palestinians and Jerusalem.
That's what they say. Is that what they really believe?
I mean, you're always going to have extremist elements that are going to be there to find a platform for recruiting. But you can't really take them that seriously when the core issue, the major grievance in the Arab and Muslim world is solved. And so in Arab and Muslim minds, the most emotional aspect is the Palestinian cause and that of Jerusalem. And from there leads all the other problems.
As you know, the president is expected to speak to the world, to the Muslim world, to the Arab world, from an Arab capital. Sometime during the first 100 days, it may slip and go beyond the first 100 days. What do you think his message should be?
Well, his message has been consistent in that he is showing that America has an outreach to the Muslim and Arab world. We in Jordan initiated the Amman message, which is an outreach of, well, actually inter-Islam to begin with, but also to Christians, Muslims, and other Jews and other faiths in the world. But I think it's never done at the level, it never has been done at the level of the President of the United States. You are the most powerful, most capable country in the world. And the message of outreach from Obama has resonated extremely well in the Arab world. But again, that's only delaying the confrontation or the conflict unless we solve the core issue. Every time you come up and show me an example of a problem, I'm going to point you back towards the Palestinians and Jerusalem.
What's the image of the United States in the Middle East today?
Fantastic.
Really?
I want to say that I have been following, by chance, President Obama around the world. I was in England a day or two behind him. I was in the Czech Republic. I just come from Japan on the way here to Washington. Wherever you go, and all the leaders that I've spoken to in the Middle East, this president provides hope. Now, there was tremendous sympathy internationally for the United States and anger after 9/11. But today, there's a collective hope that there's a new America, and a new America means new values for the world. What everybody believed America to stand for is what I think Obama encompasses. But how long is that goodwill going to last? And that's some of the challenges that you have.